Hey guys, thanks for being here. Jeff with Encore Coatings for a very special episode 3 of this For the Contractor series I've been doing. If you haven't watched my last 2 episodes, guys, go check them out. But this one here is very special where I put a GoPro on me yesterday and I actually applied 3 different textures using our most popular product, Cool. Okay, this is all about the custom 2-tone knockdowns you can do with it. It's about rolling it out for a refined monotone finish. It's about doing a custom multi-tone 3 and 4 tone finish, and I did all of those yesterday. So I'm about to show you the footage from the GoPro. You're going to see exactly what I'm seeing. I go over a lot of good things that you might hear me address in a real life seminar around the country where we go to distributors. We'll have a crowd of 20-30 guys there, bring pizza and soda and things like that, but we'll go through all the application. Now here, guys, you should get a pen and paper before we dive in, where this little webinar kind of focuses on the application more so than an emphasis on surface prep and crack filling and all that. But still, there's some good information, and I did three different textures here. First, I'm going to show you a picture of it. This is a 2-tone knockdown, custom 2-tone knockdown, where you have this nice light green base coat with a darker tan on top. And then the second one I did, guys, is also a 2-tone knockdown, and you'll hear me in the video saying I'm going to do a multi-tone here, I'm going to do a multi-tone here, and then you'll see I changed my mind. So I went with this one. Let's show a picture. This is a 2-tone knockdown, guys. It's more of your traditional kind of knockdown, but I did this one for the ladies, okay, because the trend nowadays seems to be paint everything white, paint everything different shades of gray. So ladies, that one's for you. And then the third one, guys, you won't hear me talking about a third one in this webinar because my GoPro storage ran out of space during. But you'll kind of see at the end, I'm blending up more colors, I'm putting them into the hopper gun, and this is what I came up with for the third board. Okay, I'll show you a picture. This is a nice, I call it like a robin's egg. Okay, it's a nice blue base coat with some tans and a plum and a little bit of white fleckled on top there. So this is probably my favorite out of all 3. But guys, let's dive in here. I hope you enjoyed this. It's about 25 minutes of really good information. And then at the end, I'm going to take you through a very extensive gallery of all the different tones I've done with this product. And I just want to thank you guys for the support and feedback I've gotten. You know, I get a lot of calls from guys on both ends of the spectrum. Okay, and the spectrum I'm talking about is from episode 1, so go watch that video. But guys, if you're in the pool deck toppings, pool deck coatings industry, this spectrum of products you have to choose from is so polarized. Okay, you got the guys over here applying this stuff, they're very labor intensive, but anything that works well on a pool, there's a sacrifice that has to be made from the contractor, you know. And then on the other end, you have these glorified paints where they have a thickener in there. It's in a generic gallon can. It looks like a paint. You know, it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It is a duck, okay? But they're easy to apply. That's about the only good thing about those products. But in reality, a lot of them have no business being on a pool deck. You know, you need something that's breathable. You need something that has some elasticity to deal with the expansion and contraction of the concrete. You need something that's not going to get hot. You want something that's non-slip and safe. And a warranty is always good too. So no matter which side of this paradigm you're coming from, the paints or the pro products, Cool is just a great place to land right here in the middle. And no matter which side of the spectrum you're coming from, Cool is going to offer you so many advantages over what you may have been using in the past. Okay, I get a lot of calls from guys that say, Jeff, I apply nothing but these big, robust knockdowns. I'm hoping you have something easier for me. And, you know, Cool has something to offer those guys. And then same way, the guys who use nothing but paint and stains kind of products, they call me and say, man, I need something that's more durable. I need something that stays cool, and I need something that can offer my customer a little more, and I can charge more per square foot for. You know, if you're going to be rolling out a product, you might as well roll out a premium product that makes you more money, right? So that's what all this is about, is that Cool is right here in the middle and everybody can gather around, and there's something that can be offered no matter where you're coming from. So I wanted to get that out of the way, guys. Get you a pen and paper. I'm also going to give you the office number right here. It is 888-776-2242. My name is Jeff. Call me anytime. But I hope you like this online seminar. You got 25 minutes of it. Please stick through it. Okay, it's great stuff, and you're gonna see what I'm seeing, you know, from the GoPro. And as always, call me with any questions. I'm gonna be back after this to wrap up this video, but stick around. I hope you like it, and thanks again for being here, guys. So here we go. Enjoy. Guys, Jeff with Encore Coatings. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're gonna be applying some two-tone knockdowns. We're gonna be applying some 3- and 4-tone custom multi-tones. As you see here, you've seen these in my my videos if you've watched those. If you haven't seen those, go watch them. But today, this is all going to be about just what's involved with the application. You know, I'm going to take you through the hopper gun apparatus setup. I'm going to take you through how to mix the cool kit. You know, I got my compressor, my air hose ready. But other than that, guys, I'm just going to need some rollers, you know, and the spray, of course, and then I'll find my knockdown knife here in a minute so we can trowel some things. But you know, I got my hopper gun. I'm going to go over PSI. I'm going to go over what tip you should use, where I got this hopper gun, how to mix the bucket, what colors I've chosen. Here they are. I'm going to be using these colors and then a couple of these grays, and I'm shooting it over a couple Hardy backer boards. This is what we like to do our samples on. So stay tuned, and I'll take you through this. Hey guys, so let's mix this thing up. Right now, it doesn't matter how you're going to apply this product, whether you want to roll it out with standard paint rollers and brushes and leave it like that for a monotone refined finish, or maybe you want to roll out a base coat and then shoot a different color over top of it for a custom multi-tone or a two-tone knockdown perhaps. We're going to do both of those today, but we're going to start with the very first step. Let's break into this thing and mix it up. Okay, this is what you're going to see when you open up the container. This has suggestions on the tools you'll need, some instructions, things like that. Toss this to the side, and what you have in here is a part A and a part B. Okay, a liquid and a powder. I'm going to take these out. Now this becomes your mixing container. Okay, guys, this is the part A. It's a little over a gallon of a really high-powered resin system. This is the stuff that's going to bind it to the concrete or the existing knockdown you're resurfacing perhaps. This stuff is super powerful stuff. Okay, it's all water-based. If you get it on you, don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt you. But you pour this in first. Okay, guys, and this is essentially the backbone of the entire formula. Okay, this is the juice that fortifies the final film that you have on the surface. And if you were to dry this out by itself, you'd get a clear plastic-like substance that you could take and you could stretch it several times its own size. It would be hard to stretch, but you could stretch it several times its own size. But more importantly, guys, it will return to its original size. So when you talk about the expansion and the contraction and all these phases that concrete slabs go through throughout the changing climate, this is the stuff that's going to you know, emulate those movements in a way to where it's not going to stress the coating too much. So that's a real good advantage when you talk about other products you may have used in the past. They just become so brittle. Brittleness is sometimes needed for durability, but there's a trade-off between durability and flexibility. You know, there's always a trade-off there. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna add a gallon of paint now. Okay, you're gonna add 3 different products or 3 different ingredients to this bucket. The 2 we give you, of course, but for color, you'll need to add a gallon of paint, and this is just a run-of-the-mill exterior acrylic mid-grade paint. Okay, what's very important is that you don't add a paint with a primer in it. Okay, the more plain Jane mid-grade simple paint you add, the better. Okay, this is a color I chose, and then I'm gonna plan on rolling a base coat out of this. I'm gonna do 2 coats with a 3/4 inch nap roller, and then I'm gonna eventually shoot another color on top of it. Okay, through the hopper gun, and I'm going to do a 2-tone knockdown for you guys. So I'm going to add the 2 liquids first. I'm doing the resin that we gave you, and now the gallon of paint, right? So that's what it looks like. You can give this a quick stir if you'd like, but for demo purposes, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the powder. What this powder is, it's about 14 pounds of your cooling additives. This has your texture, your durability additives, all that good stuff, and you want to use 100% of what we give you guys. Okay, so it's hog-tied here. Don't worry about messing with this. Just take the corner of this bag at the bottom, just rip this guy off. Okay, and now you can meter it into your bucket. So here we go. I'm gonna add this whole thing at once because I know I have my drill here ready to mix it. And that brings me to my next point. You do want to mix it fairly soon after you add this. So there we go. I got my whole bag. I usually toss this in my empty paint can. Okay, and you can see a party going on in there, huh? I mean, you see what's going on, guys. So I'm gonna hit this really quick with the drill. Got a nice power drill here, mixing attachment. You can see it's been used, but we're gonna hit this for a couple minutes. Dissolve all the powder, make sure your color is fully dispersed, and you're looking for a very consistent, creamy consistency. The viscosity is like a pancake batter. So here we go. Hey guys, right here I want to add something. When you get all this mixed up, there's about 3.5 gallons of total mix in there after the paint, the solids, and the resin. 3.5 gallons in there. There's plenty of room for you to get in there and mix it really well. And guys, if you're going to roll this out for a monotone finish, that's a 2-coat application with an hour in between coats, okay, with a 3/4 inch nap roller. That bucket right there, after you mix it up, best case scenario will give you 2 coats over 200 square feet. Okay, the average is probably 175, but that's about, if you have 1,000 square feet, you're gonna need every bit of 5 buckets for 2 coats. And then if you wanna shoot a knockdown, you're gonna usually need 30% more cool. Not necessarily 30% more cleaner to prep the concrete, and not necessarily 30% more sealer, just 30% more cool for each color you wanna spray on top. So just wanted to add that real quick. All right, so there you have it, guys. This is what you want. Like I said, it's a creamy pancake kind of consistency here. And this is good because it's gonna fill little hairline cracks, little cosmetic spider cracks, little imperfections in the concrete. It does pretty well with that. It's much more than paint, you know what I mean? So that being said, if you have any structural cracks, you wanna address those with a true crack filler, or move forward with any kind of crack remedy that you might do, whether that's stapling or V-cutting or whatever. You want to address those if it is a structural crack like that. So we have more tips out there for that, but for right now, we're gonna get started. We're gonna take this 3/4 inch nap roller and we're just gonna dunk it right into this bucket. Okay, when you're working with this product, you're not gonna be working out of paint trays or anything like that. I'm trying to adjust my camera, guys, but I hope you can see this all right. You're not going to be working out of paint trays or anything. You just want to dunk this guy right in here, okay? Don't be afraid to get a lot of product on your roller. And this is a brand new roller, so I'll kind of break it in as best I can right here, but you see how covered it is. You know, it's dripping. And I'll kind of shake it off for a minute, but for the most part, I'm going to bring this directly to the substrate, okay? And I'm going to start working this. You can see the roller wants to squeegee it at first, okay? But I'm just going to keep working it and working it until it kind of just tells me where it wants to be. You know, if it's too thick or if it's too thin, it'll let you know. What you're looking for is a consistent, refined texture. I'm trying to keep my body straight and roll this out so you guys can see. It's kind of difficult, but let's see. Okay, but I'm gonna get a lot on here, as you can see, and I'm just gonna push the puddle. I'm gonna keep a consistent method where I have a wet overlap each pass, and I'm looking for that consistent texture, guys. I'm looking for that nice, even texture. You don't want a wavy texture. If it's wavy, that means it's too thick. Okay, but I'm just gonna work this like that, get my drip marks. I hope you guys can see this, man. Okay, and I'm just going to keep working it, and as I get it into place, I'm just going to leave it alone. You know, I don't want to overwork it, especially on a hot day when the coating tends to stick on the surface and start drying a little quicker. You don't want to keep aggravating it, so you kind of just want to get it into place and then leave it alone. So as you see, it's like mowing the grass. Okay, I'm keeping a wet overlap, and this will reduce any lap marks. This stuff is pretty self-leveling as it is, but you want to use best practice you can, right? So I'm going to get my edges here. And guys, this first coat you want it to be fairly thick. You know, you want to get a good base coat on there, and then your second coat is just going to go so much easier because you've already primed it in a sense. All right, one more dunk and I think I can complete this first coat here. And this hardy board is completely different than rolling on ordinary concrete, and I find that the texture of our product tends to be a little rougher on these boards. So if by chance you're watching this and one of these samples ends up in your hands, just know it's a little rougher on these boards. So anyway guys, that's about it. Okay, so not hard, caveman can almost do it, but I'm gonna let this dry at least an hour, okay, and then I'm gonna do a quick second coat on it, and then I'm gonna mix up my other color and I'm gonna shoot it through the hopper gun, guys. So right now what I might do is just take you over to this hopper gun. See, that's good, guys. See how consistent it is? And again, second coat's where the magic happens. And again, guys, you can apply this product just like this. You don't even have to bring the hopper out if you don't want to. A lot of people want this monotone, refined, kind of contemporary finish. And you just put whatever color you want in there, roll it out like this, and then throw a coat of sealer on it, or clear sealer, it's called Sealback, and you walk off the job. And guys are asking $3.50 to $4 a square foot for this all day long because it's a premium product. It keeps it cool, it's non-slip, you have a lifetime residential warranty. Any color you want, it's a premium product, so it's not like you're just rolling paint out. It's as easy as paint with a couple extra steps, as you saw, but you know, if you're going to be rolling something out, you might as well roll something out that makes you more money, right? So that's what we're talking about here. But in this case, I'm gonna let this dry, gonna come back with my second coat, and then we're gonna shoot something on top of it, a different color. So let's take you over here. Let's take you over here to the hopper gun. Okay, guys, I got this at Harbor Freight Tools, and a lot of pros out there make fun of me when I show up with this guy because it's, you know, it's $18. It's $18 at the store, but for what I'm doing here, it works for me. Okay, so I'm gonna unbox this here. What this thing comes with is a bag of 3 different tips, 3 different tip sizes. Well, I hope they included my tips. Where are my tips? Here they are. Okay, here they are, guys. They come in a little bag. They attach the largest one typically on here when you get it. Then you have 2 more. I'm gonna throw on the medium, okay, which is this guy right here. Okay, and all you do is unscrew this. These things are so simple. Take this tip off. You got some lubrication in there. If you got excess, you can wipe it off if you want to. But I'm gonna throw this medium on here. Okay, and then from there, I'm gonna work with about 25 PSI at the compressor. You know, I will adjust this compressor to hold as much air as it can at one time, but then I will meter the PSI going to my gun to about 25 or 30. Okay, and then what's important from there is to have an air control valve on your gun right here. Okay, so you've got maybe 30 PSI coming to the gun, but you have a valve here where you can fine tune it to about 24, 25. That's where I like to be. And it's important to always check your pattern before you blow it on the deck. You know, check it on a piece of cardboard or something. Make sure you don't have some kind of malfunction. Another good tip, guys, you see this thing here? Okay, this is a cruise control kind of function where you can pull, activate the gun, throw this on, and now it's engaged fully. And this is nice if you're working on a huge project without intricate areas where you have to get stairs and corners and things. But what I would recommend, guys, take some pliers and rip this thing off immediately. Okay, I'll tell you, it'll save you a lot of headache, because what'll happen is if you're doing a little stair and you got your guy ready, he's holding a shield, and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna hit it real quick. If you're pointing this down, this thing will accidentally swing out like this, engage your trigger without knowing, and then what you just wanted to hit really quick, when you pull up and you let go of this trigger thinking it's going to be on, and you're going to get overspray all over your buddy, you're going to get overspray all over vegetation on the side of the house, wherever you don't want it. So just go ahead and rip that thing off. Okay, I'm going to plug this up, and after I roll my second coat out, I'll begin spraying, and you're going to be surprised at how quick this goes, guys. So stick around. Bye-bye. Alright guys, so I think this is dry enough to where we can put a second coat on it. You can see how it turned out. You can see the color match is really good. That's a common question. Guys, I have left this bucket uncovered the whole time, okay? You can see the worst that's going to happen to you is there a little skim coat in there. Sometimes you can pick that out with your hand, you know, but the pot life on this stuff is really stable. You know, it's not like an epoxy where you have to use it or lose it. But anyway, guys, I got a head mount now, so I think that's going to be better for this. Maybe you can see this a little better. So I'll go over everything I did the first time around too. So I'm going to start with my second coat. I just take it directly from the bucket, no trays. I'm just going to work with a consistent wet overlap to just get a nice even texture on this guy, okay? I'm going to spread all my thick spots out using standard paint practice, okay? And it's just going to give you a nice, refined, even, non-slip texture. It's quick, guys. It's very, very quick, very easy, very forgiving. I'm gonna go back to my bucket one more time. You see where it took me 3 trips to the bucket on the first coat? It's only gonna take me not even 2. You know, maybe 1.5 on that. That's a testament to how much further your second coat will go. You know, okay, again, I'm bringing my roller to the board. I'm overlapping where I stopped last time, the wet overlap. This will encourage, you know, a nice even finish, but you saw how good that first coat blended in. You know, it's very forgiving stuff and just gives you this beautiful texture. I'm just letting the weight of the roller do the work for the most part, guys. Just gonna blend all this in real nice. Come back, get my thin spots up here. See how nice that goes? You know, a lot of coatings out there, a lot of stuff that comes in just a generic gallon can that says it might be for pool decks or patios and claim to have a texture of some sort. It's almost like you get a hold of those products and you start spreading them out, and it's almost like trying to just spread around wet sand and hoping it falls correctly, you know, in a nice attractive way. And they're kind of hard to deal with. As you see here, I'm going to stop messing with this here in a second, but as you see here, this is just laying down really nicely, and you don't really have to try that hard to get just a nice texture to it. So that's done. I'm going to let this dry, and then we're going to shoot another color through the hopper gun for a custom 2-tone knockdown. Hi guys, I just mixed up this enduring ice, put it in there. And I have another color here. It's a nice gray. I'm gonna dust this. I'm gonna do a multi-tone here. I'm gonna do a knockdown there, but I'm gonna accent both of them right now with this nice white, just to kind of dust it and add more depth to it. So here we go. I'm gonna test my pattern over here. That'll be nice. Let a little more product into the gun. Okay, now guys, I just dusted both of those with this enduring ice color. Okay, the one on the left here, this is going to be a multi-tone, what I call a multi-tone, not necessarily a knockdown. This is what I call a multi-tone. This is what I call a multi-tone, where no trowels are involved. You just spray it out, you let it cure the way it wants to. And guys, this stuff is so durable. Here's an Allen wrench. You can't scrap, you're not going to scratch this stuff off with a hammer, okay? But a multi-tone, which I'm doing on the left there, I'm just spraying it out and not troweling it. Whereas this one, I am going to trowel it, but I wanted this white color here
just underneath my Knockdown, just for a little more depth, and I just think that's going to look good. So who knows, maybe it'll be atrocious, but that's what I'm doing here. I got a little white on both of these. I'm going to come back with 2 more colors on this one, and I'm not going to knock any of them down. I'm going to come back with 1 more color on this guy, which is a darker color, and I'm actually going to trowel that out. So wait and see. Here we go. I'll go ahead and mix the darker color, and I think I'm going to do, let's see, no, it's actually this color. I'm doing this color on the Knockdown. So I'll mix that up, get it in the hopper gun, and guys, again, I'm hovering around 30 psi there, and I'm going to probably turn that down a little bit when it comes to a Knockdown, but about 25 is what you want. So stay tuned. I've found that eating some pizza is a great thing to do while you're waiting on this stuff to dry, guys. So all right, now let's go with our Knockdown color. Guys, I'm mixing up, I'm doing a dirty pour here, by the way, which for demo purposes I feel like I can do that. And this is the darker color that we're gonna knock down with the Knockdown knife, okay? As I said, eating pizza in between when you're waiting on stuff to dry is a great idea. I'm gonna check my pressure here. I'm gonna let a little more product into the gun here for this Knockdown. Make sure my compressor's on. Oh, I'm out of air. I gotta let this fill up. Maybe a little less pressure. Yep, let's roll with that. Here we go. All right, and that's about what you want, guys. Maybe anywhere from 65 to 80% coverage. You know? And then, guys, I'm gonna set this down. Pour this actually back into my thing here. Let this rest like so. I'll probably have a different colored truck by the time this is all done with, but guys, you want to knock this down immediately, okay? So I like this trowel here. No more getting on your hands and knees, right? Just use this guy. You can get this at Home Depot. See that? Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Sometimes I like to go both ways on these party boards. There you go, guys. And you can kind of see that that white accent I put, that whitish color that I flecked on there before this. You'd really have to get down here and really take a look at it closely to see that, but it does add depth. That was just a little experiment I wanted to do, but look at this. You can see this Knockdown texture. It's gonna cure just like this, guys, and it's gonna be very, very, very durable. Now, you might not like this color combination simply because I picked it out. You know, I'm not the best at this, but you can have any color combination you want. That's the beautiful thing. So now, I'm gonna leave that one alone, and I'm gonna come do this one with its next colors. This is going to be the multi-tone. So as you see here, I got 3 or 4 different colors on here. I got 3-tone here. This one, I don't know, I think this is going to be a 3-tone. So let's mix up some more colors and play around a little bit, see what we can get. I changed my mind. I am actually going to do a Knockdown on this guy here too, okay? And what I did is I put the darker gray on first, and now I'm going to top it off with this Tundra Frost. And I'm gonna knock it all down, so let's do that.
All right, guys, that's what I got. That was the third one. It was the robin's egg that I mentioned before with the blue. I hope you like it. That was my favorite of the three, I think. And that first step I did by flecking it with the white on both of them, that didn't really do much for, the second one, the all white knockdown, or the multi-tone gray knockdown. So, I hope you like this, guys. As you get into the more decorative zone and start adding colors and coming up with all these nice multi-tones, I'm going to take you through a gallery right now of my other ones while I talk. But the more you get into that, guys, the more money you're going to be able to get from these. As you get into these really elaborate multi-tones and things like that, I think you could ask $6 a foot for it, $6.50 a foot, depending on how many colors. I hope you liked it. What I would leave you with is that if you apply stains or paints right now, that's fine. But a lot of them don't have any business being on a pool deck. Of course they can go on concrete, but are they logical to have out there? I don't know. So, for the guys who apply knockdowns, nothing but knockdowns currently, those products are one-trick ponies. They're great. They are great products, and anything too easy to use, probably has no business there. And the stuff that really does work, they're great products, but they're just hard to apply, and you're limited in colors. It's a one-trick pony, like I said. So I don't know if there's anything you can do to a traditional knockdown system to all of a sudden it's bringing $5 a square foot, $6 a square foot, $6.50 a square foot. I think they are what they are. They're going to bring a certain price. They're always going to look the same as far as, monotone finishes. And, with this product here, it can shapeshift into many different species of products, okay? That's the best way I can describe it. But so it'll get you more jobs. And it's as easy as you want it to be, or you can become as creative as you want it to be. I'm not an artist by any means, but I hope you enjoy this gallery. These are all tones I've done, and I'd love to help you make this part of your business if you're willing to try it. Okay, we're gonna have a video done of one of our seminars that we travel around to do. So stay tuned for that, and as always, give us a call if you have any questions. It's Jeff with Encore Coatings. 888-776-2242. I always forget that number. It's 888-776-2242. Ask for me, Jeff. I'll be glad to take you through this and give you my cell phone number. So thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.